The greatest country in the world, man. This is America, baby.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me.
You ain't trying to fuck with me. And we back at it again here on the Alex Doomsday Linus channel. AKA, look who's here. You know I had to go at it in full effect. I'm here with my partner, Mario Money Mungia. Shout out to the Champie. He's here.
It's me, Mario.
What up, brother? What's
What
going
up, brother,
on?
man? Nothing
Chilling,
much,
chilling,
man.
chilling.
Bro, you convinced?
How's that Jersey weather right now?
Bro, tell me about it. Right now, I got the palm trees on the balcony blowing in the wind, bro. Our
Oh
heat
my god!
actually
No,
came down.
stop! I want to know what the degrees are. Tell me right now.
All right, you're gonna get mad because like
I am. I know.
You guys in Texas right now are really fucking getting burnt, right? So
I need you to tell me.
my
right
high 85 degrees in Jersey is
Okay,
gonna look
I'm
like
leaving.
nothing.
Bye.
You know
I'll see you later, man. All right, dude. F off. All right, 98 degrees. Feels
What?
like
You
104.
One-on-one with the...
Yo, I'm not content.
1-on-1 with the great sun. That was stupid. I'm
Damn,
sorry.
bro.
That was an environmental joke.
85 to 103. I think. Shout out to Eric Cruz too. He sent me.
Yo, that was crazy.
103.
It was like 103. Like not feels like literally the temperature in Irving yesterday was 103. Yo, it was 112 somewhere in the not in the valley, but like in Texas, the border between Texas and Mexico it's like the valleys right there. And it was like 112, I think it was somewhere. Dude, seriously, like that's
too much.
That's dangerous. That's the kind of heat that we're gonna experience this weekend with all these great fights that we got.
Listen, and it was Mario's idea right now to cover this. You know, I'm all hyped about the Usyk and Joshua. Pretty sure he is too. But he was like, "Yo, bro, like people are sleeping."
Why you putting the target on my back? They're like, "Oh, he's that closet Omar fan. We all know it." Nah,
bro,
I am. I don't care. I'm gonna shout it to the top.
And I actually was not really paying attention to too much, you know, after Adrien Broner pulled out of the fight. Obviously, a lot of people were upset, including the promotion sides and including Omar Figueroa himself. So it was a topic that was cool to cover. But besides that, I wasn't paying attention to the card. I'm going to be honest with you, Mario. And, you know, once you put it in perspective,
You're not the only one.
Whoa,
You're not the only one.
I was like, yo, there's some good fights. And before we get started on the program, obviously, man, we want to thank everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to everybody on the chat. I know that we got my man UK Rob in the building. Let's go.
You sent him the link? You sending him the link?
Shit,
Yo,
man.
UK Rob coming on? You sent him the link?
All of UK Rob has got to give me the thumbs up, and that link is sent.
I mean, let me tell you right now, if there was any fight this weekend that I would want to hear a UK perspective on, it is this fight. I've heard too many UK perspectives on AJ, not hating or anything, but it's the biggest fight in the world, right? This is the fight that's getting overshadowed. And I mean, I guess for good reason, but
obviously,
whatever, we'll get into it.
Obviously, you know, you never want to go head up with the likes of Anthony Joshua card. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah. It's like
it's
going up
pretty
against
tough.
Canelo.
Exactly.
Or Tank. What? No, I'm playing. I didn't say that. I was just playing.
Yo, bro, let's get into it. Let's get into the meat of things. Look, we'll probably get into some of the Usyk and Joshua, obviously, because it is the super fight this weekend, and it's a topic that we want to cover. We actually had Sky Sports do a private interview. I don't know when it happened, if it happened this morning or yesterday, but it was Robert Garcia in a more intimate interview on his position and being the head trainer of Anthony Joshua. I think it was a great interview, and gave me some more insight into what Robert Garcia's actual plan and thought was and really wanting to win. And I'm going to call it the lottery ticket of being able to, train an Anthony Joshua. And at the same time, if you make him a champion, you solidify yourself as one of the trainers that actually got a heavyweight to a heavyweight title. And, not every trainer gets to say that he can train a heavyweight. So we're going to talk about some of that in the program if we have time. But we're going to start off with Figueroa Lippy, Champy. Go ahead, man. Open it up because obviously you pointed out that this shit just might be tougher. So,
look, before we get to the fight, I do want to take a little side note of how we got here, okay? Because that's, I think, equally important at this point. Adrien Broner pulled out of the fight. He had put it on Instagram, was it a day ago, 2 days ago, whatever it was, that he was pulling out, and then Showtime later made it official and had Lipinets as a replacement. Broner cited mental health, right? And I think it's important to talk about because Tank later came out with a tweet criticizing fighters for using mental health and basically like not taking care of their business, basically like making excuses and using mental health to cover up, other, non-understandable excuses, I guess, if that makes sense. And listen, it's a fair point to make. I'm not saying that the criticism's fair, and I'm not saying that he's right. I'm just saying I understand that he, from his point of view, is seeing a trend that's going on, right, with fighters using mental health. Ryan Garcia is who I think that was directed at. I don't think he has any real issues with Broner pulling out of a fight that he probably didn't care about whatsoever, but he's criticizing Ryan Garcia specifically. And using mental health, first of all, he's wrong. He's absolutely dead wrong. To say that fighters are using mental health or that people are using I'm not saying he's saying it in general, but that's wrong. More people are taking care of their mental health these days. So more people seem like they're using it when maybe fighters would have said, oh, I'm sick, or, oh, I have an injury. And really it was their mental health the whole time. Oliver McCall, we've seen a lot of guys over the years. They looked like they were on shaky grounds and went into a fight, and it was so bad for them. So for Adrien Broner to admit to himself that he has it, and here, by the way, let me make a side point. Can anybody say in the last 10 years of seeing what Adrien Broner, his antics at Walmart and bowling alleys and gunplay and all that, can we all sit here and say that there was no evidence that he had mental health issues? Like, come on, this guy has put out suicide watches for himself, and he's, put out threats online. This is not normal behavior. You know what I mean? And so if anybody should be taking care of their mental health, it is an Adrien Broner. And so I just wanted to make sure that we understood how we got here. Now, here's the issue, right? Is that now we head into Lipinets, Doomy. And so, that's a whole different monster now.
Yeah, I mean, and that was interesting to me that I didn't pick up initially when I was disappointed in the dropping of the Adrien Broner fight. I was just like, whatever, Adrien Broner, and I've told you off air, I haven't been on schedule as I have in the past because I had a lot of things that I was taking care of. So I didn't look into the undercard. I was just careless. I was concentrating more on Usyk and Anthony Joshua. But now enter Lipinets. It's going to be a heck of a fight. I mean, we know what Omar Figueroa is bringing. He's a tough guy. He likes to bang out. And I think the Lipinets likes the same thing, And Jaron Ennis was able to, really show what can happen to an aggressive forward-paced fighter if they're not careful in their forward attacks, if they're not meticulous and making sure that they're, getting into that position of having a phone booth fight and not get hurt by counterpunchers like Jaron Ennis. I don't think that's going to be the problem with Omar Figueroa and Lipinets. I think it's going to be a fun, friendly fan fight where we're going to get some full action, from round one to the very end. I mean, possibly a knockout. So, but you going to, just adding a little bit more onto to what you said about Broner. Obviously, Gervonta was, basically throwing jabs at Ryan. I don't think he was doing it at Adrien. But even if he wasn't, we live in a time with social media. You got to be so careful the way you say something because people will literally take what you say, misinterpret it, clickbait it, and try to play with it all around. Obviously, even if he was directing it towards Ryan, I feel like it was a shot at Ryan. And Ryan, if Ryan, and for those that believe Ryan, and I know Ryan is not parading around saying that was just a stunt. He really opened up to the public and
he defended himself. Yeah,
defended himself, and he defended men's mental health issues. And I think that Gervonta Davis can't be in that position to say that he was just a bitch ass dude. You know what I'm saying? But again, we don't have the inside views of what goes on in business and what is said from promoters to managers. So I can see why he would try to get under Ryan's skin. There's a potential fight that's going to be happening, Mario.
Exactly.
So why not fucking add more sauce to this fucking stew?
Okay, you make that argument. I make this argument, okay? Kevin Hart's dream was to host the Oscars, okay? And then his dream came true, and they were going to let him host the Oscars. And then a tweet that was perceived to be anti-homophobic and maybe was out of context ruined those chances. And when he tweeted that? It was like 13 years before. Maybe not 13, but it was a long time. Long time. Enough time that changed that the person likely changed because we grow as we get older. So the only point I'm making is that while you're right, this kind of move may increase the buys by enough to make an extra $1 or $2 million, but if it becomes a point that, that kind of talk ruins major sponsorships or he gets backlash like one day, I don't know. Again, I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying we live in a time where people are the morale police and they all want to have, something over you, or they want to take that high morale. You know what I'm saying? So they're oh, well, 5 years ago, you questioned mental health. So obviously you're fucking Hitler. You know what I mean? That's the internet. That's the internet, and it sucks, but that's the only point I wanted to make. While it might increase the views or buyership, I think that it's good business already. I think plenty of people would watch, whether you want to, discredit men's mental health or not. People are going to watch.
That fight's just saucing up, bro. It's saucing up, and
they filleting it, bro.
Yeah, I'm not. They putting that Texas, good old Texas rub on that shit.
That Texas rub. That's what I'm saying. How I cook my pork ribs.
But before we keep going on about this new Fig Lip PBC card, again, this is going to be showing on Showtime, and I forget. The usual times are at 10 o'clock, right? Main event, 9
I have the start time.
9 p.m., 10 p.m. But while you look up for that, let's go to the chat, Champy. We got some of the OG Champies on here. Shout out to Eric Cruz. Shout out to Christopher Franks, my man Christopher with the wrench. Eric Cruz got the wrenchy too, Champy, and so does UK Rob. Automatic over here. It's Familia.
They got that wrench. You know what I'm saying?
It's the Familia.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
So shout out to all you guys. I got to hit you with it. We appreciate the support. It's me and the Mario Status out here, just covering this PBC review on the undercard, because let's just flow right into it, man. Was Lipinets always the plan? This is what Mario kept telling me, maybe it was part of the plan.
Here's the thing, right? And Supermex all but kind of heightened my suspicion when we were texting in the group chat, and he mentioned it as well. And I had already had my suspicions because they were going to put Lipinets on the card. I'll be honest, I don't remember the opponent he was supposed to face. And when I was reading and trying to look, all I kept saying is we knew they were going to put him on the card. And Lipinets himself said, we've been training for 3 months for whoever they put me in against. That's suspect as let me tell you right now. They owe that guy. That guy. He went and fought Custio Clayton and Jaron Ennis back to back. Okay, back to back. And that's off of losing to Mike Garcia and coming back and fighting Eric Boone and Lamont Peterson. Understand, those are different fights. Those are two guys that he got to fight that were to build him up versus Clayton and Ennis. What were those fights? Really, Clayton was a great fight. We all knew that was going to be competitive.
So Mario, what are you saying?
They feed him to Ennis. I'm saying that this promotion, this network, owed my man a solid, and they did in Omar dirty because he had the chance to fight an Adrien Broner, probably off the couch, that was obviously not ready for the fight. It could have been one of the easiest wins in Figueroa's life. Instead, they're giving him a dude that's been training for 3 months solid, that doesn't back down in the ring,
bro.
that
Special
goes
report.
toe-to-toe. And if you're Omar Figueroa, who's been talking so much about I'm a better boxer, I can't wait to show people that I'm a skillful boxer now. I'm going to go out there and be the best boxer I can be. To put him in there with a guy like Lipinets, style-wise, to me, the likelihood is that Omar, who will not back down, who has that Westlaco Valley, Texas blood in him, he's going to resort to the same stuff that he's going to resort to. He's a tit-for-tat guy. He's a take-two, give-one type of guy. Like, that's who he is in his heart. And when you got your foot in the frying pan and it's all fucking instincts after that, bro, what do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to keep the distance and use the jab? You think he's going to move laterally? No, he's going to square up, shoulder to shoulder, and try to bang it out. And I'll be honest, I'm not saying that this fight is
wait.
They owe a tough fight for him now.
They owed Lipinets a favor. So they were this was all primed up. So
setting him up.
Wait a minute. Where does Adrien Broner
pieces and puzzles?
Where is Adrien Broner? Where is Adrien Broner in all this? You mean to tell me that
this
Adrien
is how
Broner
he
was
fits
just
in? He fits in by how many people watched the live stream with him in Showtime, where he, basically talking shit about Al. He made everybody care about not the fight, but about the news associated with this fight. The only way you were ever going to attempt to take the spotlight off of AJ, okay? And you're never going to do that. But the only way you could even maybe take a little bit of light for yourself, maybe like a flashlight or one of those little ones on your keychain, is by throwing a Broner-style name out there. I'm not saying they always knew that Broner was going to pull out. I'm not saying that was the plan, okay? Don't mistake what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the people in charge of this fight have been doing this for a long time, and they're fucking smart. And they knew that the likelihood that either Broner or Omar would find themselves not making it Saturday was more likely than most fights. That's the only point I'm trying to say, is the pieces weren't the puzzles were, there to connect the pieces. And if they needed it, they would do it. And the person that benefits the least out of all this is now Omar Figueroa, who was training for a Broner and is getting a Lipinets, a different style that he was training for.
But is the purse change? Is Omar's payday changing now?
I mean, no, but I guess it's like, what was
how
this
does he
fight supposed
lose?
to be?
Besides having Adrien Broner under his name, I'm trying to get where he loses by Adrien Broner, because I gotta talk like this. There's a lot of people out there saying that Adrien Broner was gonna knock out Omar Figueroa. I don't believe that personally.
Maybe, but listen, I'm not saying that Omar was gonna walk in and beat the shit out of Broner. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the version of Broner that would have made it to Saturday night was obviously much more underprepared than the fighter that he's now getting. Then when you throw on the styles on top of it, and a Broner who's criticized for not throwing punches, who's criticized for laying back a lot, criticized for not being aggressive offensively, versus now you're getting a Lipinets, who I don't think that's going to be the problem. You're Omar Figueroa and you're assed out. You know what I'm saying? And again, this isn't about, him being from Texas and him being a guy that I've known for a very long time and have been really good with the family. They're all great people. I'm not trying to just get on my soapbox for him. I'm just pointing out the levity of the situation. And we all have to understand that this is truth. This is fact. Lipinets was on the card, ready to step in at a moment. Bro, they were ready with that press release like they had it written up yesterday. Like, what? Broner comes out and surprises everybody, and they're like, oh, yeah, we have this press release, ready to talk about. Like, what? There was no side. There was no negotiating. You know what I'm saying? It just feels a little bit.
It feels all pre-planned. I get it. We're on our fucking boxing conspiracy.
Sus.
Shout out to everybody that's tuning in.
Snake makes.
Shout out to everybody. Oh, fuck, man. Shout out. He said the snake. I got the perfect one for that one.
Sus.
But shout out to everybody who's tuning in with us right now. I gotta go to the chat, man. Shout out to all the homies on there. You got my man Eric Cruz. You got UK Rob, Christopher Franks, Christopher Jermaine. Tigre 2-time in the building.
Oh,
he says
Tigre.
Money May with the muscle flex emoji. Young Gun TV. Thank you all for tuning
what up,
in.
Young Gun?
You know my man Young Gun out here, man.
Yeah, of course.
Sarcasm. Damn, the bro. Sarcasm is here. It says, damn, Mario is night and day compared to Danny. I lose IQ when I listen to Danny.
That's fucked up, dog.
Oh, shit. Listen.
This is just a wretched, slimy, reptilian motherfucker.
That's that slime gang.
Yo, shout out to King Amin of Essex.
Oh, King Amin in the building. Yo, we put together a pretty good show yesterday, champ.
Yeah,
You ain't checked out
man.
that Amin show.
I'm still waiting. Listen, King Amin has invited me to his program a few times. I told him I'm ready.
Damn.
And I don't know. I still haven't gotten the link
what?
set.
Oh man,
What
he
happened?
ain't give you the key to the house yet.
He ain't give me the
Damn.
keys to the castle, Champy.
It's under the mat, bro. It's all you got to do is ask for the link.
J
It's
Rose.
under the
I
mat.
didn't know the hiding spot. I didn't know the hiding
Oh,
spot.
you didn't know? Okay, my bad. Yo,
J
gotta get to
Rose,
that
what up?
clubhouse.
Yo, J Rose says, "What's up, fellas? I'm actually
J-Rose?
gonna be honest with you. Oh, King Amin says, "Do me duck," and King Amin never that. I'm gonna actually
it is.
post
now we
you
got
up.
the truth.
You hear him?
Now,
King
now
Amin.
it comes out.
Listen, let me know. We get together and we make a power live stream real quick, man. Stop playing with me. Listen, let's get these subs up. That's right, J Rose. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Me and Marioski are doing the damn thing here. We're actually going to be picking up the Boxing Biz channel. It's a featured channel here on the Alex Doomsday Linus channel. What's going on with us, guys, is that this is the channel that has us closest to 1,000. So let's get to the stackaroni so me and Marioski can fucking make some macaroni. You know what I'm saying?
Do me pulling the shift on YouTube.
You know what I mean?
He said, "You want to algorithm me? I'm an algorithm you back."
Help
Yo,
us
y'all
out,
see,
man.
y'all see Canella? Y'all see Canella in the back? She
Canelitas
crashed out.
got
she
a couple
out for the
burritos
count.
in her belly and shit.
She looking
ain't
like
good, though.
Manny Pacquiao after Marquez.
So
She's
yeah, man, hit
sweet.
the like button, helps with the visibility, but most importantly, man, hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. Help us get to the 1,000 so we can go ahead and
Help me
keep
get a
growing this
green
community.
screen.
We're trying to grow this community. In all actuality, we want to grow this community, and we want to do a lot here. Me and Marioski have put our heads together, so hopefully with your help, we can make these things happen. So thank you again, everyone. We'll continue with the program, though, Champy. So basically, you're saying that my man Fig is in for a tougher fight with Lipinets.
100%. And I'm
All
not
right.
saying again that Broner's best version isn't better than Lipinets or anyone else. All I'm saying is that the version that we would have gotten on Saturday is substantially less prepared than the replacement opponent. And how often is that the case? How often is it that you get a main event of this caliber and the replacement doesn't come down in competition, right? In this case, it's the very opposite.
All right, so that to me sounds like, in a sense, even though we lost the lustrous name of Adrien Broner, even though we lost the shit talking, the ring entertainment, because that's what you get with Adrien Broner, and I hope that if he is going through whatever he's going through, that he gets out of it, and he's able to come to terms with himself on where he's going exactly with his boxing career. Sometimes you have days off. Robert Garcia spoke about it. Sometimes these fighters they'll have some shit going on outside of the ring, and it won't be the best man to enter that ring that night because of some of these reasons that might be going on outside of the ring, which could be personal. It could be your wife, your kids, somebody sick. It could be so many things. We don't know. But as Mario mentioned earlier, there is like a timeline where you can go back to say where maybe Adrien Broner could have, been building up a lot of stress, if you want to say. This is a fast life for young fighters, especially if you're getting it fast. And we've seen the problems that he's had outside the ring. So it made a lot of sense to me, Mario. Maybe the guy's going through some shit. But in the end, boxing conspiracies can stand tall, and maybe Lipinets was just waiting for this, and Omar really did get the shitty end of the stick. But if Omar Figueroa goes in there and beats the crap out of Lipinets, he's walking away with what is it? A silver title? Is that what we're looking at, Mario, for Lipinets and your man?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know I was on
it's
mute.
all good.
Yeah. They got a silver title or something like that. I think it's like a ornament on WC's car that somebody uses. So they're just gonna put it on a belt or something.
All right,
It's like it's a disco ball that hangs in your rearview mirror, and they're gonna put silver belt on it or something. I don't know.
Yo, the
It's about as much as
disrespect,
it's
I
worth.
asked Mario earlier off air. I'm like, Mario, so it's like it's a title,
Joey
right?
said they were all 4 titles. I was like, what? All 4? No. And then I was like, wait, the main event? And he was like, yeah, the silver belt. I was like, oh.
Look, I
yeah.
can't even call that a title.
I
gotta
one of those over here.
I can't even call it a title, y'all. Like I gotta call it like a faja
Yo,
or some shit.
my IBO medal's more prestigious than
You know
that.
what I'm
Quit
saying?
playing.
I gotta
I
put
took a
on the
toot
IBO
for that.
I gotta put on the IBO title and shit. Now get out of here, man. That title.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Eventually, that title. No, but you know what? The watering down of the sport with all these titles is
Yeah,
always been
for sure.
kind of a problem.
It's for the audience. Like if people don't know, they want the crowd to see a belt. They want the crowd to, and so that the people that are there for a good time, and that's great. They don't know any better, and that's okay. That's fine. I mean, but it does water down the sport, like you said.
This sounds right though. It's for show, so they can fucking have it on cam and shit, parading around
It's
with a belt.
all cat.
So let's spin it off, man. Let's pivot. Roll with the punches. Let's pivot into the rest of this card because this is a fight card review. Here with the Dumatron and Money Mungia. The next fight on here was Puello versus Akamedov. That's La Rispa. All right. And I checked out some of Puello's highlights, obviously, earlier today. I was looking at some of his fights because I like to see the style overall of a fighter. So, I found myself kind of really looking into his style, man. And the guy's a tough fighter, and he's so good at fighting on his back foot, but attacking at the same time, throwing a lot of punches on his back foot. I found him real impressive. Akamedov, obviously, he had his fight with Mario Barrios, if you want to, really remember a fight, and he lost. But a tough fighter, he gets in your face. He really was trying to push Mario in that fight. So I think, again, an entertaining fight. Puello being the same. Puello does the same shit. He's in your face. He's trying to knock you out. He's looking for good punches, leveraging. He's leaning on you. He's tough. And I don't know who else is. I know there's like a couple of southpaw to southpaw fights in this one, Marioski. But I for sure for this one,
They're both southpaws in this.
Yeah, they're both southpaw.
Yeah.
I think Lipinets is a southpaw. I don't know if Omar's a southpaw. Hector Garcia is a southpaw.
Omar's orthodox.
He's orthodox. Okay, so Hector
Yeah.
Garcia is a southpaw. So we got a few southpaws on this card. And
Wait, Lipinets isn't southpaw?
Yeah, I think
he switches, but
I gotta check.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
I thought he was orthodox.
You might
Chat.
be right. You might
Chat.
be right.
Is he
Some
orthodox?
Some of these guys do switch up, but for sure Garcia, I think it's is a southpaw. But in any case, yeah, Akamedov, Puello. I think the fight goes, maybe like 7 rounds. Somebody's getting KO'd in this fight. These guys are not going to stand there and try to go all rounds. Somebody's going to try to knock out the other guy. So it's going to be a rough and tough fight. Hell yeah. It's going to be a rough and tough fight, man. And, you mentioned that there was a potential fight with some of the new up-and-comers, man. Who is that?
What?
For Puello versus Akamedov, the potential fight.
For that. Oh, yeah. Listen, everybody, look, Akamedov, you said it. He fought Mario Barrios and he didn't win. A lot of people looking at Puello's resume or his record and the odds, the betting odds, and they're just, kind of assuming he takes this. I think this is a good fight. Look, this card has nothing that even resembles in AJ Usyk, right? That is the top of the world, highest level of the sport fight right there. This is just a good little card. It's great. And I don't want to say little like diminishing it. It's a good card. It's going to be fun. Okay, and these are the type of fights that are going to make it fun because Akamedov, look, he fought Mario Barnes when he was 7-0, and yes, he's a distinguished amateur. He made the 2016 Olympics, and he representing Turkey. I'm not going to pretend like he got him early or anything like that, but at the same time, the pro division is different, and it does take guys time to adjust. The best of them. Look at Lomachenko. You could use that adage for as long as you can. Lost to Salido in he didn't even have 5 fights yet, and he took him on and he lost. Yeah, and, looking back, who would you say, was the pound for pound better fighter? It was obviously Lomachenko, and he still lost. But that's the point I'm trying to make is I think he's a live dog in this fight. I think he has and I don't mean live dog. The odds aren't that far apart, but the point is that you have Puello, and I don't want to say he's untested in the sense that he hasn't accomplished things, but because he is accomplishing, he's beating everybody by wide margins. When he's not knocking them out,
he's beating them down.
He's got a 50% KO ratio. Not bad. Obviously, not as good as Akamedov's 8 KOs and 9 wins.
But you know what?
This is a good little fight. It's a really good little fight.
And I was really hinting, right? Because I really wanted to know the potential fight with Elvis Rod, Elvis Rodriguez.
Oh, I would love
in Battle of DR. Is this a fight that you mentioned off the dome, bro, or is this something that it might happen after this fight?
If you look, these are the 2 best Dominican fighters in the division. I don't know what that means to anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they could sell out the building,
bro. Battle at the beach.
Exactly.
Battle
bro.
at the fucking beach, man.
Give us a fight Showtime in the DR, and that'll be the time where I make that trip to the DR. I'm not saying for that fight, but it's just a cool thing that could happen. These guys are both in division. I think that we've seen Elvis Rodriguez, and he's maybe more limited than we probably originally thought. But it's a good fight. It could be a good fight, a fun fight. And I'll tell you what, it would at least raise the stock of one versus the other. Elvis has more notoriety because of his placement, specifically during COVID when there wasn't a lot of boxing going. So his profile got raised substantially. And, the whole Elvis thing, he'd do the guitar, he's a marketing, not gold mine, but he's definitely high level marketing type stuff, right? So it could be something that sells. It's just an interesting fight, I think, if he wins. We always used to make fun of DR, not make fun of, but mention how DR fighters, they always kind of
slack off a bit,
not slack off, but they're never, I don't know, they don't always pan out. The Javier Fortunas of the world are,
AKA you slack off. You fucking
okay,
slack
sure,
off.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Fine,
Listen,
yeah.
is there nobody's ignorant to how fucking much of a good time you can have in
DR. Bro, you about to have liberal Twitter all over you. No, I'm playing.
DR is a place to get lost, especially if you're a young fighter with a lot of money. So, I get it.
I've heard that, yeah.
I get it, but
it could be cool though, yeah.
But I initially thought that was something that was to happen. More than how would it be if it would happen? But Battle of the Beach, I think it would generate some money. But as far as competition wise and stuff like that, I don't think these guys see each other just yet. I don't,
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Yeah, I wasn't trying. The only point I was really making was that this is a fight that could happen. Before with the promotions that they were with, it was. Just wasn't going to happen, but now it could.
So check it out, right? Another fight, which I'm more familiar with Hector Garcia, obviously, because Hector Garcia is the one that took Chris Colbert's away, and in an aggressive fashion, man. I didn't know nothing about Hector Garcia until he came on the scene with that fight, bro. I wasn't following him either, and he was very impressive with the way he handled that fight in Chris Colbert, and he won. Very decisively, impressively, aggressively. So now him on this card, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get another knockout. But unless you say otherwise, Gutierrez, he has a 25-plus fight record. What is it that Gutierrez can do to, nullify some of what Hector Garcia is bringing, which is a rough, I'm going to get you style?
Yeah, listen, this is a pretty interesting fight. This is my sleeper pick of the weekend. And don't get me wrong, like the other cards, I think the top ranked card's probably the worst in terms of action and competitive fights, but there's some decent little fights on there. The Usyk AJ card, I think, is more underrated than people are giving it credit for. I think that Hrgovic fight's pretty good, and a couple other things. Seeing Rama Ali fight is going to be definitely historical, but this is the card that has, in my opinion, the fights that could competitively steal the weekend. And this fight specifically could be the underdog of the
You called
weekend.
it the sleeper fight. I don't know. Listen, let's go to the chat real quick. Listen, if y'all think that Mariowski's in the right to call this fight the sleeper fight of the week, make sure you hit us up with a thumbs up emoji. 3 thumbs up emoji if you really think that the Roger Gutierrez versus Hector Garcia fight is up. I'm actually going to put that up on the poll because to me, I didn't really recognize too much of Roger Gutierrez. I haven't seen his
He's
fights
been a
right
dog.
now.
In his last fights with Alvarado, they were, good fights. They were solid. Like, he's got a decent work ethic. I mean, not work ethic. Well, yeah, work ethic, but like a action. What's it called when you he's not disciplined, like he pushes forward the action, but not necessarily like punches and bunches type of thing. I forgot. It's called something. It's like a style. But he's a guy that's there. He's a guy that's there. He's not going to run from the fight. And Hector Garcia, look, Garcia's 15-0, undefeated, right? And I think Gutierrez he's 26-3, and 2. And for me, you're looking at the undefeated record, right? And it's good. Why? Like, what makes it good? Right? Versus, and the Colbert fight is one thing. Okay. When you have a guy like that with the Rene Alvarado, I feel like Gutierrez learned something. He took it out, but this is going to be style matchup. I think that is going to dictate the winner. Now, I would say that if you were going to bet on this fight, right, the safe bet in terms of percentage, I think, is Hector Garcia by points. Okay. By points. And look, and Vegas knows it. Vegas knows it. He's a plus 100. They're barely giving you any money on this. Okay. He's a plus 100. And so they know that seems like the likelihood. This is where this fight is different from the rest of them. We can't look at all the percentages of what would happen and have as big a split as with this fight. You get what I'm saying? Like there's an equal percentage in most of the things that would happen versus other fights where it's like, oh, there's a more likelihood that this guy wins by knockout or that this guy wins by decision. This is a fight where honestly, I could see a lot of different outcomes. I think Roger Gutierrez, if he wins, could win by stoppage. I think that the least likely is Hector Garcia winning by stoppage, but that's still something I could see. It's still a higher percent. Again, I'm talking about the totality of the percentages of how this fight plays out. Now, I will say one thing, even though we're not really talking about betting, I just want to mention this one point.
Gotta mention
a draw is a plus 1,600 right now. That's a 1,600.
The greatest country in the world, man. This is America, baby.
$25 nets you, I think, what, 400, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good little bet. And again, you might have strong feelings that one guy wins over the other. Likely you're picking Hector Garcia. It seems like what most people are picking.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a competitive fight. This is going to be a good fight. And the kind of style matchup that I envision playing out is the kind of fight that you can't necessarily dictate fight script. A lot of times you can say, well, this is going to happen and this could happen or whatever by likelihood of how these guys fight and how they match up style-wise. In this type of fight, with what I've seen from both guys, I think that there can be some unexpected turns, maybe flash knockdown type of thing. I'm not saying that, but something like that, a cut, whatever.
You're saying it's almost like, what I'm getting the feel as we're breaking down this fight card, I'm getting the feeling that the key for the entertainment of this card is stylistically, this fight has been put together in a way where we're just going to have a fun night, dog. Like, there's going to be some good fights going on right now. There's going to be fights that are going to be going back and forth. Can there be a cut? Can there be a knockdown? stylistically, I think that in this card we have the makings of, you know, a fun night. You know, in the description we put down, you know, that this card might have enough juice on the entire card to make this a fun night. And now breaking it down, I think it is. And real quick, man, I just wanted to go to the poll so we could close it out. The poll on the chat, if you haven't participated, I'm closing it now. It's a question that I asked is Lipinets a better fight with Figueroa than Adrien Broner? So I swear to gosh, before I even mentioned it right now, a higher percentage of y'all said no. And then, you know, another lower percentage said, yeah, but I'm at 50-50 now. Mario looked like, oh, shit, it switched up on me again. 52% say yes, Lipinets is a better fight with Figueroa than Adrien, and 48% said no. So I'm going to give it a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm closing out the poll, and the poll ended. 52% said yes, this will be a better fight. That kind of plays along with what Mario's been saying all along, that this fight will be, in his opinion, a better fight, a more rough and tough fight for Omar Figueroa. So if you participated on the poll, shit, yo, somebody must have slipped in a vote. That shit says 51% said yeah, 47% said no. So shout out to everybody tuning in, man. I'm seeing some more brethren stepping in. You got my man Jesse. My man Jesse, man, he says, fuck, it's Mario. You damn Skippy, champ, is the one and only.
It's
What
me,
up, champ?
Mario.
Jesse, it's been a minute.
Shout out to 5 Boxing Fan. Says, keep the work up. Good shit. Shout out to you, brother, for tuning in. And we appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell so you do know when me and the fucking Marioski's going live, man. We're going to be bringing you boxing content. We got a lot of planning in the works. It's been a long time coming, and we're going to try to do our best to keep, keep it coming for y'all, man. Mario. So, shit, man. It looks like we're going to have a fun night so far, but we can't leave the fucking show without talking about one of the young fighters that, to me, has been literally creeping up like a fucking, like, who can creep up on somebody pretty good? I mean, a ninja. You know what I'm saying? My man's a fucking ninja, bro. The way he's been creeping up, knocking guys out left and right. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it is Brandon Lee, who'll be taking on Will Madera. And I can't say enough about Brandon Lee. You know, solid fighter, disciplined fighter. I mean, you know, I've seen shows on him where, you know, he brings us into his personal space, you know, with his mom and his house. He's a good kid, man, well put together, disciplined, and that's very important in this sport. So I'm very happy to see him growing and keep knocking guys out like Mario. Like, you look at this guy's record, like, all his fights are like 1, 2, 3 rounds. I mean, like, he doesn't, like, he's just started, if that, to put some rounds in and maybe a few fights, but he literally knocks these guys out. 22 KOs, 25 is his record, 25-0. And he's a danger, bro. He's going to be a danger to a lot of people in his weight division. And it's going to be exciting to see him KO another guy. Now, Marioski, will you tell me who Will Madera is?
I
no
can tell you
clue.
he's 17-1, and he lost to Felix Verdejo back in, I think it might have been Felix's last fight, if I'm not mistaken.
So we give him some luster.
His last fight was Nakatani.
We're gonna give him some luster for taking out Nagatani. Then fuck it, you know. Nagatani's a tough cookie.
It's a fight that makes sense. I mean, it's a fight that makes sense. Like, Brandon Lee is obviously not, you know, stepping up to that level yet. I think the question is, how far is he off with this win? Like, if he gets the win on Saturday, which I, you know, like I said, I fully expect him to, you know, how does he do it is another thing. Felix Verdejo ended up getting the stoppage in the first round, I think it was, against Madera, or is it just
Madera? Madera like wood.
Okay.
Madera.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yo, I've been taking my Spanish courses on.
Get the fuck out of here! You got the Spanish?
Yeah,
going?
I'm ready. Yo, I'll tell you. Look, I'm gonna put it this way. By January, if I am not ready to do an all Spanish show that lasts at least 10 minutes, 15, I guess we'll say 15, then I'm not going to do anything. I don't know why I should even put that pressure on myself, but I'm going to say that my goal is to do an all Spanish show by then, but I probably couldn't go for like more than 10-15 minutes. And also there's going to be a lot of English breaking in there. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is yeah, look, Brandon Lee, how far is he off from, a big time step up? He checks a lot of boxes. You know who he reminds me of? Never mind, I'm not going to say it because, if the chat can help me out, there was a welterweight for PBC that they had very early. He's a good looking kid. He was super young, like 18 when he signed, and they were already putting him on like, major PBC undercard shows. I forgot his name and I was trying to look him up and I can't even remember. He used to fight in New York all the time. East Coast shows most of the time. I don't remember. He's a good looking kid. Like I said, 18 years old, young. He's welterweight, but that's about it. But that's kind of who he reminds me of. He's like a guy that checks all the boxes. I think Brandon Lee has more talent than the fighter I was talking about. But yeah, there's not a lot to say. He's fighting this guy. It's a fight that he's got to win. I think that he doesn't need to get a knockout. So
what do you think about
something that'll help?
But what do you think about the amount of fights he's had? 25 fights already. When is the step up in competition? Like when do you know how to turn the switch on him, and really put him up against some tough competition? Has he even faced that type of tough competition? I don't think he has just yet.
But I think he's taking the right steps, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, Jaron Ennis had 25 fights, and he was still fighting. I think when he fought Lipinets, I don't know who his first name was. I think it might have been Lipinets, but I could be mistaken.
I mean, Brandon Lee fought Zachary Ochoa last time out. I know Zachary Ochoa, didn't pan out the way that Golden Boy had originally thought he would. But that's a kind of win that makes sense. Like you have to beat the Zachary Ochoas of the world before you can, step up in competition.
So how many fights away?
Top 10.
How many fights away is Brandon Lee from a contender fight? A fight that can put him in a position. Where is Brandon Lee's Lipinets? You know what I mean?
Listen. UK Rob just said something in the chat that is the perfect answer.
Vito.
He said he's a problem until he's not, and that is exactly the point with Brandon Lee.
What UK Rob? What do you mean by that, Rob?
I think he's ready now. Listen to me. I think he's ready now. I think that his next fight, my bad. I think his next fight could be that kind of fight if he wanted it to be, just from what I see visually. Now, I'm not his trainer. I'm not his manager. I'm not in there with him all day. I don't know where his shortcomings are, what he still needs to grow with. So, maybe I'm off base, but from just the visual test, I think he should be ready by the end of the year. I think if he wanted to finish off the year with one more fight that's kind of a, growing fight, that's cool. But I think by 2023, this guy has to be in a significant fight that really holds weight against a fighter that he can build not just his ability off of, but his namesake. The kid's ready. Push him, I think.
I think he's ready. I think he's ready for that next fight. I think that it's important that he steps up to the next level.
Oh, I'm so
sorry. No, but go ahead.
Vito,
y'all see how happy Mario got Vito? I said that like 5 minutes ago. He said Vito.
No.
Vito Milanecki? Come on.
It's Joey Spencer. That's who I was fucking talking about.
Hold on. You got something to say about my boy Joey Spencer?
I'm sorry. Joey Spencer is who I was talking. No, I wasn't talking shit about.
Joey. I was going back and forth with Rick Glacier on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like, damn, man.
Who doesn't at this point? But it's
shout out to Rick,
Twitter
man.
versus Rick Glacier.
Rick be ruffling feathers.
Yeah. Listen. He's the Alex Jones of boxing. What are you talking about?
So Joey Spencer. So what? Joey Spencer versus Brandon Lee. I don't think that's the route. You know what the route is.
No. I'm not saying that's the route. I'm saying that he when Joey Spencer first burst on the scene, I'm not from New York. I didn't hear his amateur rumblings or anything like that. A lot of people did. They had a lot of high hopes for him coming out of amateurs. And then when he got signed so young, like I said, he checked all these boxes. He had the athleticism. It looked like the ability was pretty good. He started growing with his fights a little bit. And not only that, he checked off the marketing boxes, right? He had a good, fresh, young looking presentation. And Brandon Lee has that embodiment too. I see more with Brandon Lee, but again, it's mostly because where the fuck is Joey Spencer at?
Well, he's actually
and not just where the fuck is Joey Spencer at? Like, yo, this dude has been being built up. Yo, let me tell. No, you know what? I'm not gonna talk shit. But all I'm saying is, I
check
know
it
where
out.
Brandon Lee's at on Saturday night. I know where he's gonna be at. I don't know where Joey's gonna be, but I know where Brandon Lee's gonna be.
I don't know what's going on with Joey. Hopefully, you know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to reach out to Joey, man, because I do want to
reach
check
out
in
to him, champ,
and see how he's doing. Obviously, I've always been a big supporter of Joey. I think that he does have talent, unlike my man.
Yeah,
Rick,
I do too.
Unlike my man Rick Glacier was talking about. You know, I guess that they want to see him develop and they want to see him fighting. So I
think that he's missed some of the marks for them. I really do. I'm not saying that he's a bad fighter or anything like that. I don't think that he was the wrecking machine that they were kind of trying to push the narrative on. Maybe not a wrecking machine like Mike Tyson or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, the way they had him presented, this was like, you know who he was? No, he's not this guy, but this is what it was like at the time. It was like Golden Boy when they used to push the narrative on guys. Omar Figueroa used to be one of them. Omar Figueroa, he was the first guy that De La Hoya, when he was signing Golden Boy fighters, he flew to this guy's place and literally like recruited him like you would a soccer player, basketball player, baseball player, like recruited him like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just one of those things where I think that he's just not checked some of the boxes for them, and maybe they're not super comfortable with, you know, dangling me out there. But I'll be honest, it's been so long. I don't know. Like, I haven't heard any news or anything. Like, maybe he's, you know, got something going, an injury, or I have no fucking clue.
I haven't heard either. So like, I just don't know what's going on. But maybe something to turn up on his whereabouts and what's going on. But before we go, guys, I put up another poll up there on the chat. I thought it was interesting since we were getting into it right now. The poll reads, who's better?
Yo, did you really need to ask that question?
You know
no, my bad. Nothing. No.
Who's better? No. I have to ask because, you know, I mean,
you got your answer.
I mean, right now, that was UK Rob right off the bat and shit. That's what.
Yo, listen, I'll be honest. I don't think that Rob's far off. I really don't. I'm not ready to commit to one way or the other, but yeah, Joey's definitely missed some hurdles. But anyway,
Vito, Joey, and Brandon. Obviously, it's a fun question, I guess, for us hardcores, and a hard question for the casuals and shit.
Mean machines, yo, they the hype machines.
Oh shit!
No, I'm playing. Brandon Lee's good. I like him.
But check it. Obviously, see, Vito Milanecki. That's why I put it out there. You see how it's changed? It's 86-14. I want to see how many people think that Vito Milanecki is the goods. I actually think he's the goods.
That's Vito in the chat.
That's Vito in the chat. Who said that
Voting
shit?
for himself. I'm playing.
Fuck you hoe.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was for my man Vito, man. Yo, Vito is actually. I think that Vito's been at a young age. He's been already put in like those fights where he's faced adversity. I think the fight he had with and look, I'm not saying he fought like a contender, but he was tested and he came back and he won. And I mean that counts for something. But Brandon Lee obviously has way more fights, and to me, Brandon Lee is just a little stronger. As in physicality. Yo, what my man UK Rob saying out there? UK Rob says Vito voted for himself. What up? What's up, Vito? All right, yo, shout out to my man Canna. My man Canna for Men. He's one of the OG champions from the fam.
Yo, and he totally called me out.
Who?
Oh, no,
bro, listen, I'm about to open up the phone lines, Mario. Y'all talking too much shit on the chat. Anybody that wants to tune in right now, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Anybody that wants to call in, you can go ahead and call in. And, Skype, regular phone, whatever. Contact number is 856-624-3369. Again, if you want to go ahead and call in, we have the phone lines open. And we'll be taking calls, Champy. See what's going on with y'all, man. ¿Qué te pasa, Mufasa?
Well,
but if
I hope they call fast because
if you ain't calling fast, we out of here. All right. I was just like, I'm starting to let everybody know we got the phone lines open. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Let people know. Bam, you got it.
Yeah, I guess we could just kick it on Usyk for a little bit while we wait.
Well, listen, just make sure that if you do have the zone, you're using the zone till its fullest. Obviously, we're paying for it, so any boxing programs that we can sit down and watch in the lead up to the Usyk versus Joshua 2 event, you go ahead and watch the show. I'm gonna actually be watching some of the shows they got on the zone. The zone boxing show is pretty cool. Check out the undercard too, and some of the other heavyweight fights that are going to be going on. Got Zhilei Zhang taking on Hrgovic. So
what was his odds?
Fuck, man. What was it, like negative 1,000 for Hrgovic and like 550 for Zhilei Zhang? Yo, Mario, terrible, yo. Mario starts fucking laughing as soon as those odds start fucking being read.
I mean, look, I still think it's a fun matchup. I think it could be cool. Like, I'll be honest, when there are guys as big as Zhang, and this is not meant to be disrespectful. I'm not saying he's like, gonna just fucking get knocked out of the ring, but to see big guys like that fall,
yo,
it's not
wrong
funny.
As fuck,
it's
bro.
not funny. Okay, I don't know if you saw the Mountain versus my boy Eddie. Like that was funny. And
bro,
like,
seeing these big ass dudes
big
fall. Bro, seeing these big ass dudes fall, bro, it's literally
slow
like
motion.
Slow.
It's like a train wreck.
It's like the fucking fight. When you play
train wreck.
When you play Street Fighter, right? And you die, and it's like,
yeah. That's a good analogy. Or
that's what it is. Listen, we opened up the phone lines, but if you guys ain't calling, we out of here. This was a quick one, if you want to call it that. We was on 56 minutes.
Went a little longer.
We
were supposed to start 2 hours ago.
Absolutely. Listen, sorry for delay. Me and Marioski just want to make sure that we got our dots on our I's and our T's are crossed out, making sure we bring you a good product. Again,
don't lie.
It's all about y'all. We're smoking a little too. Come on, you know how we get down. You know what I mean? Got the gas, man.
This is the honesty channel. We're gonna tell them we were high.
We got a lot of shit coming, y'all. We got a lot of shit coming. Just give us an opportunity to develop this program. It's all about y'all. Me and Marioski have always been like that. It's all about the community. It's all about us sharing information and bringing each other up. And obviously, once in a while, we put the gloves on and we go at it here because, you got to know your shit, man, when we talking boxing. And we're looking forward to the PBC fight. Thanks, Mario, for making sure we covered this because I wasn't, and it was worth covering.
If it's up to me, we could do the Emmanuel Navarrete too, because even though the card's not super great, I think that he's a great fighter.
All right, say less. Then you heard Marioski. If we do come back today, we'll be coming back with a Navarrete show. Obviously, we got to go eat some fucking food and drink some water. Dude, you got to walk Canelita, bro. Canelita getting too gordita.
Bro, she's passed out, dog. I don't think she's moving. Dude, let me check if she's breathing. No, I'm playing.
Bro, her lungs are not expanding right now. Shit, like.
Dude, there she goes.
There she goes. She heard that we're talking about it. And listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. Marioski was in the building, and we'll be probably coming back with another Navarrete show. So make sure you hit that freaking notification bell, because if not, you're not going to know when we go live. Spread the fucking program. Help us out. We're almost at 1,000 on this channel. Obviously, make sure you tune into our brother channel, which is the Boxing Biz, where truly me and Mario are going to end up being on. But since we are at 1,000 here, we'll continue to grow this channel as we bring the Boxing Biz channel. So please go on over to the featured channel and subscribe to the Boxing Biz. My man Marioski also has a channel, but he doesn't have it public just yet. I think it's the Infighting Podcast, and we'll be adding that to the featured channel list too. But in the meantime,
it's going to be videos.
It's going to be videos. But in the meantime, as we develop these programs, stay tuned. Marioski's going to be on here. We're tag teaming the situation on some fucking WWF style. Wicked Wild. Let's get out of here, Mario, because we'll talk forever, champy.
At Mario Mungia on Twitter, at Mario Mungia on Instagram. Peace.
You already know. IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ. And Facebook, Alexander Lipinets, and all the other IG stuff that I got. And I'm ranting. I'm out of here. Cheers.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me.